Hey everybody. Okay, so I want to show you how you can set your CRM up right now because we want to make sure that we have it set up for the rest of the year to reach out strategically without sounding salesy, right? To your past clients, your prospective clients, your current clients. And so what I'm going to do is show you a very simple way that you can use ChatGPT and Gamma as well as the Done by One CRM to schedule out your outreach. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an outreach every quarter. So Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. We're going to bring them something of value, and then we are going to have a call to action. And these are just going to be an email that will go out as well as a text message letting them know to check their email. So the first one that we're going to do is tax strategies. Okay. So this is what we have for the emails that are going to go out. I will give them to you if you want to just copy what I'm doing. I will put the workflows in your CRM for you. And I will also have the attachments so that you can add your own branding to them. But what we want to do is we want to create like an ebook or a checklist or a call to action or whatever. So not only do we want to email this out to our clients, but we can also use these as lead magnets or ways to build lists with the CRM. Okay. So let's look at the Q1 tax strategies for home ownership. So the biggest thing for tax strategies is there's a lot of write-offs, right? That we just don't even know about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, create an, let's see, I want to create an ebook to send to people about the 10 most overlooked tax write-offs. Create the ebook giving the top 10 overlooked tax write-offs and make sure to put a disclaimer to consult that I am not a CPA and to consult with a CPA. At the bottom, I'm going to copy paste this into Gamma. Okay, so we're going to have ChatGPT give us the top 10 overlooked tax write-offs, right? And it's doing the whole thing right now for us. And then all we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this into Gamma. And then Gamma will create the PDF or the ebook or whatever for us. So see here. And then once we have that in Gamma, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Done by One and we're going to have it write the email. I'm sorry, back to ChatGPT, have it write the email, and then we're going to put it into Done by One. Okay, so I am a big proponent of I do not have analysis paralysis. So I'm like, okay, it looks good. I'll probably obviously before we send it out, just make sure um that it looks okay. But we're gonna go to Gamma. We're gonna paste text. Okay. And we can either create a presentation or a document with this. Let's create a let's create a presentation. I think it will look better. Or let's actually create a document. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to generate. Okay. And now on the left-hand side with Gamma, what we can do is we can either like generate with what we have here. We can also we can also condense it so it doesn't look as as big. And we can pick the colors and like what we like. So I'm gonna go with this one, with keepsake. Or actually, I think I'm gonna try this one. And then we have to decide how we want it. We want it clear, professional, approachable. Um, this is, if we wanted it to be fun or whatever, we can change the tone here. How do we want the AI images? So you can do abstract, 3D, line art, custom. I'm going to keep it with photo. And then I am going to just click on generate and we'll see how this comes out. So we're asking it to do a document. We can also, if it doesn't look as good, have it do a presentation and then print the presentation as a PDF. So I'm gonna look and see how this looks, once it's done doing this. It says 2024. Gamma is amazing because you can create so many different presentations in minutes. So we're literally using ChatGPT. I'm gonna just go back over here while that's, working and just want to go through what ChatGPT came up with. So tax season doesn't have to be stressful every year. These are the top. This guide highlights 10 of the most commonly overlooked tax deductions I see people miss every year. Well, I'm not a CPA. I work closely with homeowners. This concepts, so mortgage interest, property taxes with limits, home office deduction, depreciation on rental properties, repairs versus improvements, vehicle expenses, business use of phone and internet, professional fees, education and training, and energy efficient home improvements. Okay, perfect. Let's go back over to Gamma here. Now, once this is done, we're going to save this as a PDF. I'm going to actually go back here to ChatGPT and say, write the follow-up email and SMS to deliver the ebook. Make sure you tell them in the SMS to check spam. Okay, so go back over here. Let's see. This is not me. So I might want to go ahead and delete that picture, or I'm sure I can upload. I don't want to take too much time here, but let me just click on edit image. And I don't even know if I have. Uh, uh, uh. I'm just going to delete the image for right now. AI images. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. And Danielle Damiano. So when I send this to you guys, if you want, you can, I'm gonna send it in two different ways. But you're gonna want to just go in and change the bottom here. We have the disclaimer, that's perfect. I like getting rid of those little dashes so that way it doesn't look like AI did everything. Lower your taxable income. Energy efficient home improvements. Okay, this is perfect. Now, if you're in, let's just say title, right? You might want to go to ChatGPT and have them create this for real estate agents if that's your target. Or actually, if you're in mortgage and your target is real estate agents, then you can create it for real estate agents. You can create it for, only self-employed, for W-2 employees. So this here I noticed was wrong. So I'm going to change that to Tax Guide 2026. And I'm going to add my website. Mm-mm. Okay, so go here. We're going to, instead of clicking on present, because this would be if we wanted to like do a PowerPoint or whatever, I'm just going to click on share. And this is something that's cool. If you wanted to like do a blog and embed this into your blog, you can do that. You can download it, you can share the link, but we're just going to download, export to a PDF. Okay, so now this is what this ebook looks like in Gamma, which is awesome. So we literally just went to ChatGPT, had it write the tax strategies, went over to Gamma, put it in there. Now this is a lead magnet that you guys have for, sending out your email to your database. Um, you could go online and say comment 2026 tax, write off, and then send this to them through social media, through all your social media channels. But this is a super simple, easy way for you guys to generate more business. So we're then going to go over into the CRM, and I'm going to go to my real estate. I'm going to go to my automations. I'm going to create a folder. And this one's going to be 2026. Let's just say client outreach. Okay. We're going to start a new workflow. So I'm going to create workflow. I'm going to start from scratch. Okay. I'm going to change the name to someone outside of my house. Past client outreach. Um, I'm not going to set a start date here. So whenever you put them on, whenever you assign this to your clients, right? We're gonna have a wait in between. So I want this one to go out sometime in Q1. So we're gonna go to send, we're gonna click on send email. Now, you don't have to put the from name or the from email if you have a dedicated sending domain already set up in the CRM. Or another thing that you can do is if you go into settings, you can just put the name in the email here. So I'm going to just go my name here. I'm going to select the number that it's going to come from. So that way I do not have to put it, and we don't want to click on stop on response here. But why I'm putting the email and the phone number in here is so that way I don't have to put it in every time I'm sending out an email. So if you want it to come from the same email and the same phone number every time, you can just put it in here in the settings. What stop on response means is that if they respond and say, thank you so much, or, great tips or whatever, it's going to completely take them out of this workflow. So you don't want to do that. If you were sending something out and it was like it's going out every single day, you want to click on the stop on response. But you don't want to click on stop on response for something that's going to be going out quarterly, typically. Okay, so the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to send an email. I don't have to put the email name or from because I just did that in the settings. So I'm going to say email one, just so I remember what is going out. Tax strategies. Let's go right over to our friend ChatGPT and see what the email says. Your tax write-off guide. Don't miss this. Okay, perfect. Copy. I'm going to insert the client's first name. So I'm going to go contact first name, and then I'm going to add that. Okay. So that is how right here you can add the first name, last name, whatever you want, to add into the subject line. I always like to add the first name so it looks a little bit more personalized. And then we're going to go back down here and we're going to just copy this, go back here. Hi, once again, go to the little paperclip thing, contact first name. I'm going to paste. Okay. Now this is like a trigger link, right? So you can, if you wanted to, so you can see who is actually clicking on this ebook link. That is one of the things that you can do. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to attach it to this email. So I'm going to get rid of the trigger link and I'm not going to go over trigger links right now and how you actually do that, set that up. But I'm just going to add the attachment here. And we have high contact first name. I put together something I think you'll find really helpful. I just sent you my ebook, 10 Most Overlooked Tax Strategy Write-Offs. A simple educational guide highlighting deductions that many homeowners, investors, and business owners miss every year. This isn't tax advice. I'm just making sure this looks okay because I'm doing this in real time with you, but I'm probably not going to come back to this. So I want to make sure it's done right. It's attached to this email. Okay. Okay. So this looks good. All right, so we're gonna save. If I wanted to test it to see what it looked like, I could have tested it there. Now I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna add SMS because we're gonna send an SMS and an email to them. Okay, so I'm gonna go back over here. We have the SMS right here. Hi, first name. I just emailed you my free ebook. 10 Most Overlooked. Let me know if you have any questions. That sounds perfect. Um, but we're gonna copy this. We're gonna go back to done by One CRM. Hi, contact first name. Paste. I just emailed you my free ebook. Perfect. And now what we're gonna do, oh, because we have hi first name there. Okay. Okay, save. Once again, if I wanted to attach the PDF, I can attach it here. If I wanted to test this to see what it looks like before sending, I can put my phone number in here and test it there. So I'm going to click on save. Now, you always want to make sure that you're hitting save, and you can see we're in draft mode. It's not published yet. So once we have everything down and if we wanted to test the entire workflow, we can, and then we'll go ahead and publish it. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to wait 3 months because the first one is going to go out probably this week. So I'm going to click on wait and I'm going to do 90 days, save. And then the next thing I'm going to do is a second email, right? So let's go back to ChatGPT actually real quick and see exactly what our Q2 email is going to be because ChatGPT did all of this for us. So we're going to go up here. Okay, equity. So this is coming from a loan officer to clients or past clients, current clients. This is how you stay top of mind. But if you're a real estate agent, maybe you want to talk about how to get your home staged, for the spring market or spring selling market or whatever. So I'm going to take this, and if we wanted to do another PDF, we can say, okay, what do home equity line of credit versus cash out refinance, and using equity for renovations. Okay, so now let's do another ebook on the difference between a cash out refinance and a HELOC. And 5 different ways you can use your equity in your home to make you more money. Okay. So here we go again. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just kind of go through this here. And we're now going to take this, okay, talks about cash out refinances, home equity lines of credit, the cons of both, 5 ways you can use your home equity to make more money, blah, 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 blah. Important disclaimer. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to copy this. We're going to go over to Gamma. Okay. We're going to do a new presentation. I'm going to try something different this time. I am going to we're going to create new here. I'm going to show you this time how we can do it as a presentation. Okay, so I'm going to click on presentation. Click here, prompt editor. And I'm going to do a different theme this time. Let's see if we can view more. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay, so we're going to use that theme. I'm going to click on generate. And while that's generating, because we're multitasking over here, we're going to go over here and we're going to say create the, let's see, email and SMS like the tax ebook. So as you can see, right, it is very simple on how to do this. It just takes a little bit of time, but within 1 hour, you can now have your entire year planned out for your Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4, and get it into your CRM and set it up so that way it's a set it and forget it thing. You don't have to worry or think about what you're going to be sending out because you're just going to take your time in the beginning to set everything up properly. So that way, your entire year is going to be planned. You're going to be able to stay top of mind. These are not only just, these don't only, you don't want to only use these as like emails, right? You can also use these as lead magnets for your social media. So we're going to go back to Gamma. Let's see what the presentation looks like. I don't know. I think I need to upload a picture of me so they stop using some random. Oh, and insert image here. The problem is I don't know if there's a way to upload an image. I'm sure there is. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it blank right now because I don't want to take the time to try and figure this out. But can guarantee you that there's a way where you can upload your image here, so that way we're not doing it with a prompt, right? Okay, so gonna get rid of this whole section, and then Danielle Damianov, I'm a loan officer, next lending. I'm gonna do my NMLS number. Okay. And let's do my website. Scroll up, see how this looks. So this looks perfect. Cash out refinances versus HELOC, 5 smart ways to use your home equity. Okay, this is going over the difference between home equity and cash out refinance. Okay, it's making it simple. The pros and the cons for a cash out refi. What is a home equity line of credit? I'm going to add that actually at the bottom, my HELOC application. Um, and invest in real estate, renovate to increase value, pay off high interest debt, invest in a business or career growth, create liquidity and opportunity. Mm-mm-mm. And paytabonline.com. Okay. So we're going to share, but we're going to do an export to a PDF. And while that's doing, okay, so let's look here. Perfect. One of the things that I'll show you guys to do at some point is how you can create a landing page with this PDF. So that way you can literally just have a landing page that says, download, our home equity line of credit versus cash out refinance guide here. But for now, I'm just sticking with my Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 emails and text messages that's going out. So I'm going to go back over here to ChatGPT and we're going to do the next email. So I'm going to copy. We're waiting the 90 days. We're going to send another email. So this isn't the only thing that they're getting from us. We're going to insert the client's first name. Shoot. So these aren't the only things that our clients are getting from us throughout the year, right? So we're just setting this up though. I might, okay. We're just setting this up so that we're reaching out to them every 90 days, giving them something of value. But they're also getting my monthly email marketing. They'll also get like one-off outreaches for text message and stuff like that. They're, a lot of times on my social media pages. So you don't want to just think that you're only going to send this, every couple of months. But I can tell you that most people are not sending anything to their past clients or their database, right? They're not doing what we're doing here. So if you guys stick with the program, follow me, I can put this in your account. So that way, you already have all of this done for you. Then it will be super simple for you to now reach out every quarter to your past clients. You can even follow up with a phone call. If you wanted to add a voicemail drop to this, you could add a voicemail drop. Hey, Happy New Year, just checking in. I'll show you actually how to do that in just a second. But let's go back here. Let me get rid of this. When you're using ChatGPT, you can see how it says hi, first name. I don't use that. I do like I want to use what's in done by one. So I'm not gonna go in and like use cop verbatim ChatGPT because you can see here how it has contact dot first name. So it's formatted a little different. So you don't want to copy exactly, you want to copy this, but you want to make sure that instead of doing hi first name, you're using the little paper clip in the custom value. So I just sent you something I think you'll find very helpful, comma, especially if you're a homeowner thinking about future opportunities. I put together, let's see, a short educational ebook, cash out refinance versus HELOC, and 5 smart ways to use your home equity to make more money. Okay, perfect. It breaks down the key differences. When each option may make sense, 5 strategic ways. This isn't financial tax advice, just clear education. Download the ebook here. It's attached. We're gonna attach it. Okay. I get rid of all of these little dashes there. Okay. And we're gonna get rid of this, and I'm just gonna do here. Um, user, which is me, whoever's the user signature. So my email signature will come up there. When I share this in your account, your email signature will come up there. Okay. So you don't have to worry about anything. I'm going to fix the other one also. That's perfect. Save. Okay. Now we're going to add a text message, then SMS. I'm going to go over here. And if this says wait 24 to 48 hours later, you can do that or you can send it right away. If you wanted to wait, let's just say an hour, then we would do, instead of an SMS, we're going to do a wait. You can tell it's a Monday today. So we are going to wait 1 day. Okay. And send the SMS. Remember, we're going to use contact first name. So you check your spam page. Perfect. Actually, what I'm going to do here is do a username. So that way, when you guys are when you're doing this, that's first name. Let's just do user full name. Okay. And I don't think we added the attachment to the last email. So I'm going to go back here. No, we did not. We're going to add now this home equity line of credit cash out refi guide. Once again, when these go out, if you want an internal notification to remind you that these are going out after the wait period, so this will give you a reason to follow up. After the 90-day wait period, we can do an internal notification. So maybe you want to send an internal notification to yourself. Maybe you want to send an internal notification to your team, somebody on your team, or the entire team, just letting them know, hey, we're sending out that, cash out refinance, HELOC automation. So that way, you know that it's going out. And then also that way, you know that you can follow up with them, you know what it's saying, all that stuff. So I'm going to do a text message. I like them better. Just a heads up, the Q2 email and SMS campaign is going out now. Okay. And then the user you could do a custom number, a particular user, the assigned user. If there's no assigned user here, which you can see in my situation, there's not, then you're just going to click on that, save action, just so that you remind yourself that it's going out. So then we have the email, the text, we're going to do another wait, and then we can do another internal notification, text to a particular user, me, Q2 email, Q2 SMS is going out. Okay. Now we're going to wait another 90 days. Okay. And then we're going to do a Q3. So you guys get the point. I don't want to bore you with what I'm doing. But as you can see, the cool thing is that once this is all set up, right, then you can do this every single year. They're not going to remember the tax tips that you sent out like in January 2027, right? They're not going to remember exactly what you sent. So if you don't want to change anything next year, you set them up on this again. And they can get the same thing every year, or you can change it up a little bit. So if I go back here and scroll to the top, let's see what ChatGPT came up with us for Q3 email. Efficiency, preparation, and life transitions. I think credit income and documentation might be good. What buyers and sellers should do before Q4. There's another good one, Q4 year-end planning and alignment. So that one would be good also. So anyways, I'm going to pick one for Q3 and one for Q4. I'm then going to use Gamma. I'm going to get that back into this done by one, CRM automation outreach. And within literally an hour that I've spent, I now have all of my past client outreach going out for the entire year. And it's actually giving me also lead magnets that I can use on my social media. So, look at the 10 tax strategies or tax write-offs that are usually overlooked, right? Comment tax strategy below, and I'll send you the ebook. So you don't just want to look at this as emails going out to your clients, right? You also want to look at it as other ways to generate more business. So anyways, I hope that was helpful. That is how I am setting up my entire gear right now with Done by One CRM, ChatGPT, and Gamma. And if you are not on Done by One and you want to be on Done by One, comment below or go to donebyone.ai where you can sign up or book a call with me and we can go over what your strategies are for 2026 and I can help you plan that, because one thing I do know is that most people do not reach out to their past clients. Most people do not stay in touch with their database, and that's why the statistics are so high for real estate agents. For example, the likelihood of the realtor that sold you the house, right, is probably not going to be the same agent that the people call when they want to sell their home again. And it's not because they didn't have a good experience. It's because they were not staying top of mind. Same thing with mortgage, right? So any sales business, same thing in any sales business. If somebody needs something immediately, or is thinking about something, whoever is in their face is who typically they're going to go with. So we want to make sure that you are in their face at all times, through a lot of different areas, whether it's through email marketing, text message marketing, social media, direct mail also, which is another thing that we have and Done by One CRM. So all of this stuff is keeping you top of mind so that you are growing and scaling your business. It's all automated. It's automated for you. And if you're not in real estate or mortgage, you can take the tactics and strategies that I just showed you and tailor it for your business. ChatGPT is amazing. It will give you ideas on what to do. And that is how I am setting up my 2026. So if you want to hop on a call with me to see how I can help you grow and scale your business in 2026, please do check below the video. You'll see all of the information, all of my information, and how you can connect with me. All right. Have a great day. Bye.